Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another replay analysis. This one is sent in actually by one of the UCS members himself. This was slightly on. I believe he's playing with either a teammate or a friend, I'm not really sure, they didn't specify. They're playing with Solar. They're partied up. I'm not sure if they have comms or not, but they are playing in ranked, and one specific thing that they did say was Solar wanted, or slightly on, wanted us, the coaches, to go ahead and roast them. So I'm going to be trying to critique as much as possible and point out as many flaws as I can, while still trying to be constructive about it. So yeah, let's go back right to the start of this. If I can work the controls properly. Okay. Alright, so classic 2v2. Solar actually goes for the fake. Very, very sneaky and cheeky. I'm not really sure what happened to him up in the corner over there. I don't know if he just didn't go for it or not. Very good pass back from Solar. That wasn't a bad shot from Slightly On. It was a really good save by Bubble Lord, to be honest. But Slightly On, I'm just going to probably go with SO. Could have hit that to the right side of the net and made it much more difficult for Bubble. That was a good dribble by Solar, and a good pass from SO to give it to him. We're gonna go to Solar real quick and see how this happened. It seems like a bit of a awkward dribble. The control was there while also not being there at the same time. It was a bit weird, but it ended up going in. So if it works, it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was a really poor touch by Slightly On. If anything, he should have tried to catch that ball or put it up higher in their corner rather than just putting it out to the front. That was a good challenge there. Keeping their dodge definitely helped. It allowed them to push the ball forward into their corner. It was a good touch just to put it out there. That was a really good follow-up to catch the blue team off guard. I'm not sure if Solar has a little boost or what was going on there. Let's take a peek over here. It's one thing to slow play this, but both people on blue are at midfield. He could have either caught this ball here and dribbled it out, or just went straight for it and boomed it. However, Solar didn't really do either and ended up kind of in the middle ground of booming it while they were already back. So that wasn't really the greatest. Whether it was Bubble or SJ, I don't know, someone missed an opportunity to aerial the ball so it stayed in their half. It's not a bad touch just to put it to the side. I'm not really sure, again, what Solar was doing. I'm hoping that they were communicating. That seemed like a really weird mix-up. If that ball had gone in a weird direction or had a bad 50-50, Blue would have had a good opportunity. Not the best challenge from SO here. As soon as he sees Bubble lose control, it probably would have been a better idea to double jump and go for a fast aerial and hit that out rather than trying to save his dodge. Again, another little weird situation. That was a good touch to get around SJ. I don't think he has very much boost, though. Yeah, so he's going back for corner boost. Not bad. Ball cam on a little too long. And he probably could have followed that out again after that first touch. It seemed to be a little bit of a panic, and again, both players being in the same place at the same time is definitely not good, especially when it's just 2v2s. Because then you leave your defense wide open if you both commit to the ball. It's a good slow, patient play. Not the best take on it from SO. He is a bit forward. I think Solar took a bit too much time, but I'll slow this down just a little bit. So right here, as soon as he sees Solar kind of like coming up to it, he should have braked a little bit because of the way Solar was hitting this ball. The way his car's directed, he's not hitting this out front of SO. SO creeped up a little bit too much, causing him to have a really weird touch on it at midfield. That's, yeah, I really don't know what to say about that one. That was just kind of a mind game double whiff. I think he expected blue to hit it and blue didn't, so he missed. He probably was going for the block, which it happens. So the worst part about playing at higher levels sometimes is when someone misses the ball, because then it throws everyone else off, because you expect the other person to make contact with it, and once your prediction is off because they missed it, then you're off and it throws everything off. It's like a domino effect or a chain reaction. It's a good idea to take it slow. I'm not sure if they have a lot of boost. That was a really bad idea. They just basically allowed him to challenge. Should have at least tried to dodge into the ball to force some kind of 50-50, but it was more like a 100-0 right there. It was a good thought by Solar to clear that out, but he just missed, and he really shouldn't have tried to go for a back pass. It was a bit risky there. That was probably the best of two options. I don't know if SO would have been able to get on the wall and go up the wall and have a much easier hit on that, but we got a 1v1 situation there. That was very, very fortunate that that went wide. Let's see how this could have been avoided. So Bubble Lord goes for it, and he hits it around him. I don't think that he expected him to be behind him, but you can hear the audio cues if you have your volume up that he was still in the vicinity. So he should have at least tried to wiggle his tail a little bit and make it a little bit harder. That was a good pass by SO out to Solar. A little questionable the way that he went out, but still it went out to him, and it was a good attempt. It was a good thought. It's a good clear by Blue to push it out in the zone. Very, very close. Okay, this play I definitely want to take a look at. So, one thing to watch in a play like this, it's something that I do as well, is you don't want to just watch the ball. You want to watch the ball, see where your opponent is, and also, just like we talked about not that long ago, the auditory clues. Because you can hear SJ start to come up and even see him turn a little bit. So once he starts to hear SJ coming, he might be a little rushed to go for it, but it would be much better than staying on the ground. And on this save here, kind of like one of them before, I believe he would have had the time. Yeah, he would have had the time to go up the wall, conserve boost, and possibly get a harder clear upfield. Very fortunate that Blue wasn't able to capitalize on it with both players there. In a situation like that, with SJ committing to the ball and trying to challenge slightly on, it would have probably been a much better choice to go for a fake or try to go for a 50-50 and push it into their corner. I'll go back to that play real quick and kind of try to describe what I mean by that. So, SJ turns for this. He could go and fake, yeah, because I think SJ was in a bad position, or option 2 is, so right here, he could slow down, try to see if I can do this very well with the camera. He could slow down, position his car to the left of the ball, and then do a diagonal flip to the right, forcing the ball into their corner, maintaining pressure and possession. But instead he tries to take a quick shot, which SJ, in a bit of a panic mode, was able to contest that and push it downfield. And this was Blue's last attempt here. Not a very good touch. That was a good cleared, just to hit it out. And if Solar had hit that ball off the wall, it would have been a really great clear to push it to the other end, and Blue wouldn't have had much time to deal with that. So, my final thoughts on this one. It's one thing that I seem to take away from it the most is that there were a number of situations where both players were in the same area. and at least in part from Solar, there were quite a number of misses or missed touches. I don't know if that was just a bad game, possibly, or nerves or something, or competitive, who knows. But definitely try to tighten down on those mistakes as much as possible. But another thing that I noticed, especially from Slightly On, I can't say as much from Solar, since not having seen or focused as much on them, but Esso's decision making and just reading the play wasn't as good as it possibly could be. Like the first shot where Solar hit the ball back into the middle and Slightly On hit the ball towards the goal and had a shot on goal. They hit it to the middle of the goal even though Bubble was coming across the goal and had a relatively easy save. So just being aware of your opponents and the ball and your teammates, that is something that is huge. A lot of reasons why pros and higher level players are able to win 50-50s or situations is because they're not just focused on the ball. They're able to track both the ball and the opponent's car, and you know what direction they're facing and how fast they're going, etc., etc. That's one thing that I think is kind of a big, not necessarily concern, but a big area that I could see improved upon that would improve their game considerably and allow them to score on more chances or get more favorable balls or 50-50s and things like that. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful and informative and will be able to be used to improve upon and get better with. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Later.